Yes, here we are at the end of the day again, Phil. Good evening.
Here we are, folks. Great to talk to you. And I'd like to know who plans to take a long weekend off like Easter. You know, who should be going to work on Monday, but for reasons best known to you, will it be an RDO? Will it be a sickie? Will you escape somewhere? Or will you front up at work? It's a temptation for people if the weather's nice and there's tennis and cricket. Oh, I think I'll make a long weekend out of this.
Good evening, Phil.
Hello again, Bruce.
Yes, thanks. Yes, there are calls for workers to take the day off on Monday and turn the Australian Day holiday into a long weekend. Will people do that?
I think a lot of people do.
See, it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yes.
It falls Tuesday, so it becomes Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
A bit like Easter, really, isn't it?
It is.
And people love a long weekend.
Oh, do they ever?
Yeah.
And what excuses can you use, and have you done that?
Oh, yes. Love to hear from you.
Or does the internet reveal a little bit more if you're having a bit of a lie-in?
Disguise your name, disguise your voice if you need to, and we'd love to hear your calls. Who plans not to front up to work on Monday but should?
Exactly, and what excuses have you made in the past?
Yeah, now something else that struck my eye. Today being the 22nd of January, Bill Bixby was born in 1934 in the state. You remember him? He was in the TV series The Incredible Hulk. Really nice bloke.
Yeah, yes.
A very good actor, you know. And
Who was the green character? That was the Hulk, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Hulk was Lou Ferrigno.
That's right.
And did he play the part of, was it Bill Banner?
Yeah, I think
was
so.
he the mild-mannered
I think you're right.
Bill Banner in The Incredible Hulk? Which prompted me to ask the question, of course, it's been a comic strip over the years as well. Who's your favourite comic strip character of all from your childhood? I think mine might be Mandrake from inside the back page of the Women's Weekly.
I loved him, didn't you, with Nada?
Yes, and do you remember his manservant?
Lothar?
Exactly right.
What was the dog's name, do you remember?
No, oh no.
No.
Somebody will. Somebody will ring us.
Yeah.
So I'd love to know tonight, over the years, and maybe I know adults who still read comics and don't read books, including people in show business.
I loved Mighty Mouse, didn't you?
Yes, very much.
Particularly the cartoon on a Friday at the pictures.
Yeah, and Captain Atom, do you remember him at
Yes,
all?
I do, yes.
The Lone Ranger and the Lone Avenger. The Lone Avenger was drawn by a Sydney bloke who ended up in jail for murder.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, I can't recall his name.
No, don't mention it.
Oh, well, I can because he was convicted, but that's where he is, behind bars. So, folks, what are you doing over the long weekend? What are you doing Monday? Does your conscience prick you? And what about your favourite comic characters?
And the Australian of the Year. Any selections?
Yes.
Any suggestions?
Have you given it much thought?
Exactly.
I'd like to know who your nomination is. Might be me. You're looking at me with admiration.
No.
Oh.
Ever since you said I want to be known as, I want to get an award for the Australian of the Year 20 years ago.
Yes, I did.
And I had to put your name down at the museum and never a word of thanks.
No, but nothing came of it,
Exactly,
you know?
yes.
Well, I'd settle for a Queen's birthday honour.
Would you?
Yes.
No, you're never going to get one of those.
Just a gong anything, you know?
Now, after Peter Allen, Michael Hutchence and Molly Meldrum, Channel 7 has singled out music veteran Michael Gudinski. Michael Gudinski is the latest subject for a real-life TV miniseries.
Yes, yes.
Who would you choose as a pop icon for this series?
Oh.
Now, Michael Gudinski, of course, has done a lot and brought many great acts out.
Yeah.
But who would you choose as a pop icon to follow these great names?
Can I suggest just one, and it might surprise you? Normie Rowe.
Yeah, I thought of Normie Rowe.
You think of the Vietnam years?
Vietnam conflict, yes.
Yes.
The 1960s, the upheaval of Melbourne at that time.
And how the rock star became, you know, musical comedy star in Les Mis.
Exactly.
I think it'd be fascinating. And the tragedy of losing the little boy when he was young.
Very true.
You know, it'd be a very human story.
So that's a good thought as well, yeah. So if you'd like to add to Peter Allen, Michael Hutchence, Molly Meldrum,
Yes.
who's the next after Michael Gudinski?
And there was one before them, as you'll remember, Johnny O'Keefe, the
Oh, yeah,
subject
of
of
course.
Shout.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay, a few topics there for you,
Now,
folks.
listen, as well as that, stay tuned tonight for your chance to win a double return ticket to any Tiger Air destination in Australia, thanks to Tiger Air, flying from the new Terminal 4 at Melbourne International Airport. And your choice tonight, anywhere in Australia flying Tiger Air, and also in the draw for the major prize, of return airfares and a week's accommodation for a family at the Hotel Mercure Bali Legion, thanks to Tiger Air.
So you have two chances tonight. Good luck to you. And it's on again every night next week too.
Exactly.
All right. 96900 693 if you want to talk to us about any topic under the sun.
Now we go to Strathmore Heights, Phil. Frank's waiting for us there. Hello, Frank.
Yes, Frank.
Hello, Bruce and Philip. Lovely to talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You too, Frank.
Definitely. And Happy New Year. Welcome to 2016. It's great to be able to talk to you for the first time this year on the other side, which is great. And I hope this year's a wonderful year for you gentlemen and all your lovely listeners.
Yeah, and for you and your mum as well, of course, and success in your career.
That's right.
You're very kind. Mum reciprocates the same. And gentlemen, I thought I'd call you because you're talking about the Tiger Air and the new Terminal 4. Well, for a few months, I was just on a temporary assignment at Terminal 4 at Melbourne Airport. Have you been past there yet?
Only past, haven't been inside yet. The old terminal was very run down.
Yes, exactly. It was in Terminal 1. That was where the initial airlines was for the particular airlines that I was with. But then, over the period, they've made the transition to Terminal 4. It's quite innovative. But can I ask you, gentlemen, what's your view on self-service and, now adopting a more self-service approach, whether it's going into the supermarkets or even now with check-ins at the airport?
I like the personal touch myself. I like to hand my luggage over, have it weighed, and get a boarding pass.
Oh, I know. I love going to that printout, and I love to say which passport, where am I, which window do I go to. I love all that.
Oh, do you? Bruce, do you mind pressing the buttons on the screen and trying it yourself as well?
Not in the slightest, Frank. I love it.
Oh, that's so great. I wish you were a customer that I had, because the amount of resistance that I experienced. The reason partly why they introduced these self-service kiosks is because it works out to try and alleviate those long queues for some person to, organise your check-in and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas if more people can do it themselves.
Of course.
It's a bit of save time. But of course, you get that resistance. And I must admit, I have a soft spot for the senior, individuals who come over and say, I have no idea how to use this thing. And they get very worked up over it. But if you just sort of stand there and work with them through the process, step by step, and they walk away feeling much happier.
That's right, yes. And that's mainly the flight crew.
That's it. And that's just me on my first day.
Oh, yes.
So it takes a bit of encouragement, and of course, sometimes ad hoc situations happen where it doesn't always work. But it's good to hear, that you're all for it. That's great. Phil, have you given it a go?
Yes, as I say, if I have a choice, I like the personal touch.
All right, Frank, we must away. It's 10:15, 3AW.
I don't know, Bruce, if you caught this on the news with Peter Hitchener during the week, but you'll be fascinated. They have discovered in outer space a new planet.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you more.
Oh.
It's millions of light years away from Mercury,
So what?
but they believe it's 10 times the size of the Earth.
Oh, good on it. Will you ever see it?
No, but would you like to name it, perhaps?
No.
That could be fun. Let's name the new mystery planet.
Will you ever look at it? Will you ever see a photo of it?
No, it's hard to see because it's all in darkness.
Oh, it always is.
It's like a black hole.
Yeah, I know. It always is. Black holes or Mickey Ways. Joseph at Altona.
Hi, Joseph.
Good evening. How are you, Bruce and Phil?
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Yeah, one of my favourite artists, what you just mentioned him, was Johnny O'Keefe.
Yes.
I went and seen him at the George Hotel in Fitzroy Street, St Kilda, before he passed away.
Oh, yes.
And it was one of the best concerts I've ever seen. And it was a pity that he didn't hang around for all that long afterwards.
He's a real showman, wasn't he?
Oh, what? Yeah, even when he played Festival Hall,
Yeah.
and you used to get the overseas artists, the audience, all they wanted was Johnny O'Keefe.
That's right. How embarrassing for the American artists.
It was, yeah. And one of my favourite comic characters was Jimmy the Cricket.
Oh, in the cartoon.
Yeah, I used to love him when I was a kid.
Would that be Jiminy Cricket?
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, Jiminy
From
Cricket. And I used to draw him and colour him in and give him away, and that
Yes.
was one of the best comics characters that I've ever come across.
Yes, he was quite an inspiration, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Woody Woodpecker was great.
He was too, yeah.
Yes.
And Bruce and I loved Heckle and Jekyll.
Oh, that was tremendous.
Yeah, they were.
I've always liked the Roadrunner, Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're going through all of them now.
They were good too.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Good night.
Thank you, Joseph. Good night, Edna in Hobart. Good evening, Edna.
Hi, Bruce and Phil.
Hello,
Yes.
Edna.
How are you going?
Oh, good to hear from you.
It's good to talk to you. And I think Oro has grown. I couldn't get over how big he's got in the photo, you know. And I was in the visiting someone the other day in a nursing home, and they had this Great Dane, beautiful dog, but it was almost like a small pony. A little pony, was like a little pony.
Okay, now the only photo you've seen of Oro was on the Christmas card.
Yes.
He's grown since then.
Beautiful.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And we loved your cherries. Thank you, Edna.
Edna's got the biggest and best cherries in Australia.
You are the juiciest and the firmest.
They really
Do
are.
you know they open up now, they close off a street like they do in Townsville every Sunday for the farmers markets, and the farmers bring their produce in, beautiful apricot, everything is so fresh. And I don't know why, but we don't seem to get any flies here, which makes a big difference.
Well, what is there about Tasmania and cherries? They are the biggest and best in Australia.
Well, some of them, different places, Bruce, you know. And, yeah, but I suppose you get big ones over there as well.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
They are. And it's been very smoky with the humidity and that here.
Yes, you've had fires over there a bit, haven't you?
Yes. And how have you both been?
All well, thank you, Edna. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, looking forward to the year ahead, Edna.
Yes, and I hope everything turns out all right, which, you know, we have our days of... I was driving into the city the other day, and it's so funny how sometimes a song will come into your head for no reason, and all of a sudden I had these tears rolling down my face, and I just... You might remember, Bruce, the song, You Keep Coming Back Like a Song.
Yeah, lovely old standard, yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, beautiful.
And I used to love Eddie Fisher singing Maybe.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful voice he had.
Yes, you sang that with Perry Como.
Yeah, he did, yeah. You got a good memory, Phil.
All right, always good to hear your voice, Edna.
Anyway, all the best.
All right, Edna.
Bye.
Thanks for calling. Good night. 10:23. Steve. Good evening, Steve.
G'day, guys. I love Edna. She's always positive.
Yeah, she is.
You know, I remember the time she told us about the loss of her son.
Yes.
And, my God, that woman has so much strength and resilience. And it was almost like, you know, I know it was a great, great tragedy, but she's just bounced back so strong. And she's got so much courage. I remember one time I rang you guys a few years ago and I was talking to you about a friend of mine that was murdered overseas, I think.
Yes.
And, you know, she sent me this beautiful, not a Bible passage, but something from, you know, in Ireland. What do they call those people? Anyway, it was a little inspirational poem.
Like from a leprechaun, was it?
No, the ancient Druids type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful poem, and I kept that in my wallet, and I just wanted to know that I've still got it, so thanks very much for that. Listen, guys, you know how you were talking about sickies and what you do, you know, and how you keep a straight face lying to your boss?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Did you get the Herald Sun today? There was an article about I don't know what page, but there was an article titled, well, it was a story on an illness called Munchausen syndrome. Have you heard of that?
No, I don't know it.
It's also known as psychiatric factitious disorder, which basically means that people feign disease and illness and psychological trauma to draw attention and sympathy.
Oh.
And, you know, highlighted by that recent case in Australia, you know, by that girl, the wellness.
Oh, yes, yep.
We believe that she's got that, so that's probably why she did it. But, you know, that's for doctors to determine. But you know how you hear so many times, particularly in America, where you hear about people, you know, who have got some illness and terminal cancer, and people raise money and then they find out they faked it. That's what they believe they suffer from, this factitious illness disorder, where they either want sympathy or they wish to scam you, or both.
Yes.
I'll give you some examples. There was a woman in America, she was 24 years old. She fooled the National Cancer Foundations into donating thousands of dollars and gifts to her by pretending to be a 15-year-old boy with brain cancer. Another one told her that she had cancer, and it turned out she was perfectly normal, and she spent the money on holidays and TV and stereos and stuff like that. So what they're saying is that when you come across these cases, they are mentally ill. They're not faking that, but they are faking their illnesses for sympathy, and they draw on that, and it makes them feel better. It's a far long bow from, us lying to our boss and saying, I had a crook back. And
I think it's still a criminal offence, though, isn't it?
It is illegal, but no, I don't believe anyone's been charged for it. I don't think we'd go that far. But, you often wonder, how far are you willing to draw a long bow and sort of lie? I'll tell you what I did once, guys, and I'm ashamed of it, even bringing it up, and it happened when I was about 19, and I remember I wanted to go to this date or course concert or night out, and I lied to my boss, guys, and asked me what I lied about to get out of it. It was my grandmother passed away.
Oh, dear.
And, being a teenager, I wasn't thinking at the time, and I hated myself later, but when I did go to the concert, or whatever I did end up going to, the weeks afterwards, I'm sorry about your grandmother, how you're taking it.
Oh, yes.
It was horrible, and I thought I would never wish that on anyone again. If you come up with an excuse, do not come up with something like that, because it is a horrible thing to do. And I've hated myself ever since, and it was just, I don't even want to think about it.
No.
But that's how it happened at the time. But I'm sure you've had.
We all get the guilt sometimes, Steve.
Thanks, guys.
All right, mate. Thank you, Steve. Nice talking to you. 10:27. Another Steve at Mooralbach.
Yes.
Oh, hi, boys.
What can we do for you?
Oh, how are you?
Yeah, fine. What can we do for you?
Good to hear your voices. I was just calling up because I went into Woolworths the other day, and I was just wondering what you guys think of how the hot cross buns are already out.
Yeah, we've talked about that already. I think it's outrageous.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yes, I heard what you said. Bruce might have missed that, but I knew you were going to make mischief, Steve. I just knew as soon as you said hello.
Yes, I wouldn't get so irate about a hot cross bun.
He was a troublemaker.
Oh, you could tell.
Don't ring again, Steve. You won't win the trip with Tiger Head, that's for sure.
We had half a dozen buns for you, too. 10:28. It's 10:30 on Nightline, and Marion's waiting for us in Baldwin, Phil.
Hello, Marion.
Oh, hello, Bruce and Phil. How are you
Good,
today?
thanks for calling.
The weather's been a great relief today,
Oh,
actually.
hasn't it been beautiful?
Yeah, I empathise for the tennis players. I'm so glad. They usually always get a hot summer here.
Yes.
It's been good. A couple of your topics. Pop icon. I would choose Russell Morris, actually. I saw him last year in concert at a hotel in Brunswick.
Right.
And I thought he was tremendous, really. Still, out there.
Is there a story, though, there?
Is there a what, sorry?
A story to go with it?
No, I just liked him as in my younger years,
Yes.
and I'm just impressed that he's still put on a good show, and he's still around with us. I think I like Russell Morris. I
He's
really
a
do.
terrific bloke.
He is. Got us all dancing, and a nomination for an Australian of the Year. I really do like Neil Mitchell. I just think he does so much for the community as not just a broadcaster. I really think he does a lot for the community and tries to resolve, issues that callers have with, organisations and things. And definitely no long weekend for me. I just couldn't take the day off. And, no, I couldn't do it. I think we've got enough long weekends and holidays.
I think we might have to.
Yeah, through the year. I'm happy to just go to work.
Some great suggestions there, Marion. Thank you very much. Why don't we give Marion a Bataki mini easy cut ham?
Thank you very much.
Would you like that?
Thank you. That'd be lovely.
Bataki is simply the best. If you hold the line, Bianca will be with you and we'll send that Bataki ham to you. All right, Marion? Marion?
Thank you very much.
Just hold the line there. Thank you. Jeff, good evening.
Oh, g'day there, Bruce and Phil. Look, a couple of topics as well that you've been talking about. First, I had to sympathise with Steve of Greenvale when he spoke about his grandmother, because And the first thing that came to mind, imagine if Granny had rang in to talk to him on the day that he said she'd passed away.
Oh, yes.
And then what do you do when she actually does finally pass away? So, yeah, I can really sympathise with him. But look, on that the long weekend thing, there's been a lot of talk about it, and I'm certainly not one for taking sickies. And then there's been different employer groups saying, oh, ask for the day off on annual leave. But I certainly know in my job, I mean, they can't just give everyone the day off because the work still has to be done. So, you know, I think you're just simply you're grateful for the holidays you get, and you come to work when you're supposed to. That's my attitude there. But the other thing, guys, when you talked about the cartoon characters, one that popped straight into my mind, and I'll see if you remember the name of part of it. When he was the superhero, it was Fearless Fly. And can you remember his name when he put the glasses on?
No, you'll have to prompt me. No.
It was Hiram.
Oh, Hiram, was it?
Hiram, yeah, and I'm sure that was like a complete knockoff of Superman and Clark Kent. But yeah, that was just the one. It's funny when you guys come up with a particular topic like that, you know, a certain thing will pop into your brain straight away, and that's the one that popped into mine tonight.
Oh, good one. Thanks for sharing it, Jeff.
Yeah, terrific, Jeff. Yeah, good suggestion. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. 25 to 11. Our number is 96900 693. If you'd like to make contact, 96900 693. Alan at Oakley, Phil.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Phil and Bruce. Hi, I'm enjoying the show.
Good.
I was talking to a friend today about first the skipping girl, the neon lights, all that sort of thing.
Oh, yes.
Could you just 2 or 3 neon lights? We couldn't think of any except the skipping girl.
Any others that are worth seeing around Melbourne these days, Bruce? Alan wants to know.
Any lights, any neon lights?
Yeah, apart from Skipping Girl.
Oh, there aren't that many now, are there?
No, they seem to be a thing of the past, Alan, don't they?
Yeah.
Everyone's going for digital screens now.
Yes. What are some of the ones in the past?
Well, one was Torben's. Remember they used to get the can of paint and then pour it into another bucket?
Yeah.
And then they had a beauty down at the St Kilda Junction, the girl with the wavy hair.
Yes, what was her name?
Right.
That was for one of the petrol companies.
Yes.
Golden Fleece, I think Golden Fleece.
No, it was Plume.
Was it Plume Oil?
Maybe.
And then they had a very good one for Gilby's Gin.
Yeah.
And Coca-Cola had some good ones through the years.
And there was the dice, too, down at St Kilda Junction, too, wasn't there?
Yes,
the spinning dice.
Yeah, but they're mainly a thing of the past now, Alan.
Yes.
Sadly.
Very often. Thanks for the suggestion. I'll mention this to my friend tomorrow.
Yeah, do that, Alan, and thank you for calling in, Alan. Good night. Good night.
Lois is there for you, Bruce. Hello, Lois.
Bruce? Hi, Phil.
Yes, Lois.
Hi, Lois.
How you going, boys?
We're great. How are you going?
Oh, not too bad.
Hey, you're sounding all right.
Yeah, I've got the frog in my throat, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of that, and then I'll hope to be better.
That's right.
Yeah. Brucey,
Yes, love.
can I ask you something?
Yes.
Now, don't think I'm nasty or anything, will you?
No, come on. What is it?
You know your grandchildren,
Yes, love.
are they taking after you?
What, in terms of what?
Following your footsteps?
Showing off a bit, are they?
No, going into the radio.
Oh, well, no. They're all a bit young for that, but they do love reciting and reading and acting.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
So they do a bit of that.
Yeah, and because I was thinking, because you started pretty young, didn't you?
Well, 14 on radio. That was a long time ago. Yes.
Yeah, but there's his grandson. I forgot his name.
Yes, Samuel. Yes, my eldest. Yes.
Yeah, I thought of him.
But they're all they love their sport, which I never was a great lover of, but they do the football and cricket, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Of course.
I hope I wasn't rude.
No, not at all. Lovely chatting to you, Lois, and thank you for those gifts. I'm distributing those wonderful
Are you going through those videos?
those videos and DVDs throughout our little cast at night.
Yeah, I hope
So, very
Would
generous.
you give them the cards?
All right, Lois, thank you for calling, and thank you for your wishes.
We're taking nominations for the Australian of the Year, which we announced on Tuesday.
We
Even
are.
the Victorian of the Year. You might like to have somebody in mind.
Channel 7 has singled out music veteran Michael Gudinski, the latest subject for a real-life TV miniseries. Who else is there that you'd like to see on the screen?
What about John Farnham?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
story.
ups and downs.
Very much
yes,
so, yeah.
Why not?
Maybe you've got an idea, folks. 96900 693.
21 to 11. 18 to 11. We're crossing to the Herald Sun News Desk now, Phil. Michelle Ainsworth is over there tonight.
Yeah, what's on page 1, please, Michelle?
So page 1 is a story about Sean Price, the man who murdered Marsa Vukotic. The Herald Sun has discovered that just the day before that terrible event, he was marked as having a deteriorating mental state, but we haven't been able to determine what exactly authorities did in response to that. In a slightly lighter note, we also have a story about Polly's shaking it off, as we would say. Victoria's Sports Minister gifting tickets to the Taylor Swift concert to one of the federal MPs so that he could catch the hottest show in town. And for everybody enjoying this sort of long weekend, we have Victoria's top fishing spots.
Oh, that's good.
There for
and of course, you've got all the lift-outs in tomorrow's Herald Sun.
We do, real estate and weekends, so
okay.
plenty.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
Good on you, Michelle. Thank
you.
you very much indeed. 17 to 11. We're going to St Kilda now, Phil. Trish is waiting for us there.
Hi, Trish.
Hi, Bruce and Phil. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Listen, I've just rung with an idea for a documentary, and I can't believe it hasn't been done. Don Lane, you've got the Bronx in the 30s and the Army career, the Hawaii club scene, following through to the Australian career. Imagine the cameos they could have. With,
That's a great idea. Don't you, Phil? Your face is screwed up.
Look, your only problem is the time warp there, because the Don Lane show finished 33 years ago.
Yeah, it was so did Johnny O'Keefe.
Yes, but working with hearing impaired and basketball training and succumbing to Alzheimer's, I just think.
I think it's a great idea.
And PJ could star in it, and Lauren and Matthew as Bert and Paddy.
Oh, wonderful idea.
Okay.
You've won a double return ticket to any Tiger Air destination in Australia.
Oh, that's
Thanks to Tiger Air flying from the new Terminal 4 at Melbourne International Airport.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Where do you think, now I know it's 2 minutes into winning, where would you like to go?
Oh, wow. I haven't been to Perth for 40 years, so I may go somewhere I haven't been for that long.
Why not?
Yes, it would be fantastic.
All right, well, you hold on for Bianca. We'll get all the tickets organised. And you're also in the draw for the major prize of return airfares and a week's accommodation for a family at the Hotel Mercure Bali Legion, thanks to Tiger Air, who fly direct from Melbourne to Bali daily, starting the 23rd of March.
Well done, Trish.
Thanks, Bruce and Phil. Good night. Love the show. Thank you.
Now, Trish, don't hang up. Hold on there, please. And we'll have another winner in the next few minutes, in the next hour.
Vanessa, hello to you in Hawthorne.
Hello, Bruce and Phil.
G'day.
I remember when I was little, my favourite comic strip character was Mary Poppins.
Oh, yeah?
And she used to capture my imagination so much. Well, when you're kids, you think that the characters are real. And it got to the point where I even got my umbrella out and we had a swing in our backyard with the frame, and I was going to climb up and jump off the top of the frame with the umbrella.
I'm glad you didn't.
I know. And still today, I'll never forget that. And all the theatrical plays that come out with Mary Poppins, the movies all over the years, and I'll never forget. Yeah, I'll never forget her.
I
She's
think
my favourite.
I think in your heart you are still Mary Poppins.
Yes, yes.
Lovely call, Vanessa.
Thank you very much. It was a great film, wasn't it, Mary Poppins?
Yes, it was.
The confrontation with Walt Disney and then the authoress.
Yeah, saving Mr. Banks.
Wonderful,
Yes,
wasn't it?
I enjoyed it very much.
Wasn't Tom Hanks great in that?
Yes, superb. Very good actor. Very natural, isn't he?
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
David at St Albans. Hello, David.
Good evening, Bruce and Phil. How are you?
Hi, David.
I have an idea for a movie. John Farnham.
Oh, yes?
He's an absolute icon, and Louis Newton-John.
Oh, yeah, why not?
And my favourite comic strip characters, Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble.
Oh, yes.
It's been going on forever, hasn't it?
Oh, look, I could watch them over and over again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good call, David. Thanks for that. I think we'll talk to Sahara before the break, too.
Yeah, that's not a bad thought.
Hello, Sahara.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, good, thanks.
Good.
Well, I just want to say I got my odds difference art on Blue Thumb.
Speak more distinctly. You're a bit muffled, Sahara.
Yeah.
My art on Blue Thumb.
Right, okay.
It's called Blue Thumb.
That's right.
And you can have a look at my art there if you like. Put some new one out. New art.
Right.
Clown, flowers, and Picasso cubic child.
All right.
And other beautiful art there to have a look at. A lot of my art's nice to use for vivid display and for the home to beautify the house.
Yeah.
You know, and for the office or home or...
Of course.
Australia Day celebrations or things like that.
Good.
People like.
All right.
Yeah.
And you might like to go and have a look at it.
Right, what's the website again?
There's another one that's called Blue Thumb. Blue Thumb.
Right.
And it's one of those platforms where you can put your art on, you see.
Oh, yes.
And so if you like to go and look, there's a lot of Australian artists on there too.
Oh.
All right.
And it's very nice, you know, so you might like to see mine odds differed on.
Yes,
all right,
yes.
good thought, Zahara. Good. 211, Gigi's there, Phil.
Hi, Gigi.
Hello, Philip. Hello, Bruce. How are you both?
Thanks for calling in. Welcome.
Thank you. Yesterday you were talking about falling out of bed.
Yes,
I haven't done it, but this morning at about 4 a.m. I heard a big thud and my pussycat fell off the table he was sleeping on.
Oh, can happen, yes.
And he's a heavy little thing, so he made quite a thud, and I turned the light on and he was sitting near my bed looking very confused.
It probably would have fallen on his feet.
Well, I don't know. With a thud, I think he could have landed on his backside because there's a lot of it. And also, in 1960, when we moved to our house, I had previously done a bit of sleepwalking, nothing major, just sort of to the window, etc. But when we moved to the house, I don't know whether it's because the bed was at a different angle, I woke up one morning a few weeks after we'd moved in, and I was lying on the floor at right angles to the bed with my head up against the divan. I had a divan bed with the drawers, with my head up on the drawers instead of a pillow, but I had pulled my doona off the bed, and that's how I woke up. I don't know how I did that. I don't remember doing it. And I must have done it in my sleep.
Of course you won't remember, you're asleep.
Exactly. So, and I think I only did it the once, but boy, that was a shock to wake up on the floor.
Yeah, and you know, the reason my fall was cushioned the other night and I didn't injure myself was when you're asleep, you're very relaxed and everything's very loose, you know?
Yes, yes. Of course, if you wake up in the midst of falling, you tense up. So.
Yeah. So that's why I bounced on the cover.
Oh, goody. Let's have an audience next time.
and Bruce, you're enjoying the grandchildren at the moment?
Oh, very much so. My life, Gigi, they really are.
And are you doing anything special with them for Australia Day?
No, they've all got various parties and they get dressed up in flags and, they've got their own little things to do.
Well, that's it. As they grow up, they do. But I'm glad you're seeing them so regularly.
Oh, I am, and loving them very much. Thank you, Gigi. We must We must fly, but thank you for your call.
Yes, now on Sunday night we have a 4-hour show, which I know you appreciate. And remember when starts at 8. And we're looking at early Victorian railways on Sunday night and probably talk about some fascinating train journeys from the past that no longer exist, and then giving you a chance to talk about your favourite train journeys around Australia. It's going to be very special. I've got a feeling, Bruce, it's going to lead to some wonderful phone calls of nostalgia on Sunday night.
Hello again. This is John Doremus with a passing parade of the story of a famous and controversial personality. He was a professional pundit who knew the value of personal publicity, and at various times during his career publicly advocated agnosticism, polygamy, suicide, pacifism, Nazism, socialism, and gambling. His name was Cyril Joad, and throughout Britain he was known as the Prophet Joad. I'll be back with his story after this message. Cyril Edwin Munchausen Joad was born in Durham, England in 1891. The son of a school inspector, he was educated at fashionable Blundell School and Balliol College, Oxford. A brilliant student, he graduated in 1914 and entered the British Civil Service. Joad first became a public figure in the 1920s, mainly through his connection with the Socialist Fabian Society, where he sat at the feet of such notables as H.G. Wells and George Bernard Shaw. His writings attracted attention, and he won a reputation as a lucid and witty thinker. In 1930, Joad left the civil service to become head of the Department of Philosophy at Birkbeck College, part of the University of London. While there, he cajoled a large body of students into passing a resolution that they would in no circumstances ever fight for king or country. The resulting furor made world headlines. Joad's fame reached its peak after the BBC appointed him to its Brains Trust quiz panel in 1941. With his viperish wit, sneering and provocative manner, he rapidly became the life and soul of the program, which reached an audience of 10 million people every Sunday afternoon. Joad received only 20 guineas per broadcast, but he rocketed to national fame. His serious books sold like romantic fiction. A Sunday newspaper made him a columnist, and he was invited to contest a House of Commons seat for the Labour Party. The seat chosen was in the town of Middlesbrough in Yorkshire, but the task of cultivating the electorate soon began to bore Joad. Addressing a meeting one day, he was asked by the mayor what he thought of Middlesbrough. Joad replied, "It ought to be pulled down. I've never seen a worse example of the grimy ugliness of an English industrial town." Soon after, he gave lectures on atheism at London's Conway Hall, and Middlesbrough announced it had found a new Labour candidate. Joad continued to ride the crest of popularity in England until one day in January 1948, when he was caught traveling without a ticket on a train bound from London to Exeter. The incident brought an abrupt end to his association with the BBC. He was dropped from the Brains Trust panel, and he retired to a farm he had purchased in Sussex. In 1951, he leapt into the limelight once more with a series of bitter attacks on the United States. "The world is heading for hell," he declared, "and it is America that is leading us there." Joad was nearing the age of 60 when he abandoned his earlier atheism and returned to the Anglican faith of his childhood. Not long afterward, he developed the most painful form of cancer, and death brought an end to his agony in April of 1953. Our time is up till we meet again for another chapter of the Passing Parade. This is John Doremus. As always, thank you so much, and goodbye.
Bureau for the weekend weather, Chris Godfred. Good evening, Chris.
No, hello, Phil. How are you?
We got a lot of rain a bit early this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, it mostly did fall during the morning, and I suppose once it got to middle, late afternoon, it did finally clear up. But as a total, across that 9 a.m. barrier, sort of stretching my mental arithmetic a bit, but we did wind up with a total of 8.4 mils. So,
very welcome.
Not a bad drink here.
Chris, the overnight low, what's it looking like, please?
All right, we're looking at a fairly mild minimum tonight, 17 degrees, and that was after a maximum of 22.8. Most of the day today was actually more around the high teens, the 18s, 19s. And then finally we did get a bit of sunlight late in the afternoon and the early part of the evening. So that maximum actually came after 6 o'clock tonight.
Right, okay. And how's tomorrow looking?
Well, after that minimum of 17, max of 21, it will be a cloudy day tomorrow. Winds will have swung around and become south to southwesterly. There will just be a medium chance of a light shower or two or some drizzle, and that will clear up as we move into the afternoon.
All right, and how's Sunday for the tennis into Australia Day, please?
Well, it's basically a fairly static pattern, really. We do slowly become warmer as we move towards midweek, but 15 to 22 on Sunday. And once again, we're just going to have that chance of showers or drizzle during the morning, which will clear as we move into the afternoon, and a continuation of southerly winds.
All right, Chris, thank you very much for that.
Would you take us into next week for Australia Day, please?
Yeah, sure. At this stage, 16 to 23 on Monday and 15 to 24 on Tuesday. And both those days, once again, are probably just possibly going to be a bit damp to start the morning, but it will dry out on both days during the afternoon.
Nice mild temperatures there. Thank you, Chris, very much.
Happy weekend, Chris.
Thanks very much.
A low of 17 degrees for the Saturday. Cloudy, a light shower tomorrow, top of 21 degrees.
Sounds good to me, Bruce.
Oh, sounds all right.
What have you got planned?
A little bit of scuba diving, a bit of cricket.
I thought I might go swimming with the sharks at the aquarium.
Yeah, go on, have a good one down there with the sharks.
Thinking about it.
Welcome back to our AM listeners who have joined us. Thank you for spending the last hour with us. We go to Sue at Cheltenham, Phil.
Thanks for waiting on, Sue.
That's right. Hello, Bruce and Phil. How are you both?
G'day, fine, thank you.
That's good. We're just talking about Johnny O'Keefe. I don't know whether you know about it. The Munchausen rock dance years and years ago when we were all teenagers.
Yes.
Well, Johnny O'Keefe used to go there. And this particular night, my girlfriend went. But what she didn't know was that her and 9 of her girlfriends had won cats. And one of the girls had rung her mother to tell her that she'd won. Her mother was so excited, she rushed down to the Munchausen rock dance in her pyjamas and rollers. And when she got there, my girlfriend nearly died.
Oh, she would!
Yeah, so that was £10,000 in those days.
Oh, big money.
It was. They got 1,000 each, and she did such a lot with it.
Yeah, great story,
But
Sue.
that was Johnny O'Keefe.
Oh, thanks for sharing.
Okay.
Happy weekend.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye, Sue. Thank you for calling. Queenie, good evening.
Hello there, Bruce and Phil. Now, Phil, you want to get one of those frames up that they have in the hospital so you don't fall out of bed.
Oh, that'd be like being in a baby's bassinet.
Yep, yes, well, that's what you...
That's what you need.
Have to have. What do you think, Bruce?
Strap him in.
Yes, I think he's got to do that. Now, I knew Norby Rose, auntie. She used to walk down the street with me. She's long gone, but she used to tell me some funny stories about Normie when he lived in Northcote, where his mother had all this lipstick over her windows and everything up there.
Yes.
And she had to be a decoy for him to jump her fence to get away from all the girls.
Oh, yes.
So I think he would be fantastic for a, like a story about...
Yes, he would, actually.
So, Bruce, I think he'd be absolutely wonderful. And also, Bruce, I had a message on my phone when I come home from the street, and it was from a Heather. And you know who it was?
Yes, I do know Heather, yes.
Your Heather.
That's right.
Changed my appointment I'm going in for a small operation next Wednesday.
Right.
And her and I had a little conversation, but what stays with her and me is very safe.
My word, it would too, absolutely.
She's coming down to see me.
All right. Well,
I have that.
Well, I'm glad about that, Queenie, and you can rest assured that all will be in safe hands.
And good luck on Wednesday, Queenie.
All right, Queenie, thanks so much. Therese at Hallam, good evening.
Good evening, boys. How are you?
Hello again, Therese.
I wrote a new poem. Can I read it out to you?
Your phone is breaking up, Therese. Can you walk around a little, please?
Oh, okay. Can I read a poem I wrote?
Oh, I'd love to hear it, yes.
Okay, friendship. Friends come, friends go. The good ones die, the fake ones go. If you have a good friend, be good to them and in return they'll be good to you. Those are the keepers. When the blood runs down your back, it's about time you lose them. Friends laugh together, cry together, eat together. If you want to have a good friend, you have to be a good friend first. If you can't accept the mistakes of your friends, you can't have friends. None of us is without mistakes. Friends is a wonderful thing if you do the right thing. By the end of the day, if you want a good friend, you have to be a friend.
Yeah, lovely.
Is that okay?
Dedicated to friends and friendship, Therese. Thank you very much.
Okay.
No, lovely words. Thank you.
It's also true, isn't it, Bruce?
Oh, so true, yes.
You know, the most precious gift you can give a friend is your time.
Do you know the only amount of friends you have in the world are probably about 5 at most?
Come on.
The others, now hang on. The others are acquaintances. The others are known to you. The others are perhaps passing by.
Sorry, buddy, I've just sent out 500 Christmas cards.
Yeah, but it's all false.
No, they all love us.
Of course they're not.
Of course they love us. And we love you too. That's why we wrote back to you.
Name one. Louise at Kinglake. Good evening, Louise.
G'day, Bruce. G'day, Phil.
Yeah, hi, Louise. Welcome.
Thank you. You were talking earlier about, nominations for people you'd like to see for the Australian of the Year.
Yes.
I've got a couple. Kevin Butler, who started up the charity Blaze Aid to go around and replace farmers' fences after fires all around Australia.
Oh, yes, that's new to me. I don't know about that one.
Oh, it does a wonderful job, and helping in all areas where there's been fires and droughts to help the farmers get their fences rebuilt.
Great.
Because they're so expensive.
Yeah.
And whereas I don't like to see sportsmen get the Australian of the Year, I think Glenn McGrath would be a good one for all his work.
Oh, wouldn't he be absolutely great?
Because it's one charity where you actually see what he's raising the money for, and every year they come clean and say how many new breast care nurses that they've, installed.
Yes. All right, we'll have to wait and see on Tuesday, won't we?
Yes.
Do you catch up with Angie Louise?
I haven't done for a while, Bruce. I've been pretty. I lost my husband on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've been nursing him through a long illness.
Oh dear. We go back many years to 3AK, don't we?
Yes, but actually back before that when you were on AW the first time around, Bruce.
Yep, that's right. Oh, well, you look after yourself. I'm so sorry for your for the bereavement in your family.
Yeah, we're spending Australia Day spreading his ashes.
Oh, well, I'll be thinking of you, Louise. Thank you.
With the grandchildren.
Of course.
Take care, Louise,
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
Good wishes. Good night.
Very brave lady.
Yes, she is. Chris, good evening.
Hello, fellas.
Yes, Chris.
Do you know my pet hates at the moment? It's been this way for a while. You go into Burke Street, Melbourne, where I go to have a drink, and it's not the pub that I have concerns about. You want to go to a 7-Eleven and get some money out. Say you want $5 or $10 or $20, and they say you have to spend $3 worth of groceries to get cash out. As well, on a typical Saturday morning, I might be putting 20, 30, 40, even 50 or 60 in my tab account. But I want to go around the milk bar rather than to go get the paper, and they say there's a $10 minimum FPOS. So what I have to do then is walk around the corner into Camp Road to get a bus that only runs every half an hour. And it's funny, the bus, say if it's 10:08, it leaves at 10:02, 6 minutes early. So you've got to allow 15, 20 minutes by the time you leave place to catch a bus that runs 6 minutes early. And,
yes.
It's just, my brother's got a very good business that when he used to have the $2 and more variety store at Pinewood Shopping Centre in Glen Waverley or Mount Waverley there, he used to take FPOS even for 50 cents or $1. Because what it is people will say, oh, that's okay, next time I'll go and spend $5 on something or $10 by FPOS. So to have a minimum FPOS, you're turning away a lot of people. And what happens is those people will say, well, okay, if I can't spend, $1 or $2, $1.40 for the Monday to Friday Herald Sun or $2.20 for the Herald Sun on a Saturday, I'll go do all my shopping at Broadmeadow Safeway, and they bypass the milk bars. The milk bars need to get as many people into their milk bar as possible to create options for the future.
Well, that's exactly right, yes, and it's all competition, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't blame them charging a commission, Chris.
Cameron at Berwick. G'day, Cameron.
Oh, hello, boss.
and Philip. And Philip, you're just very interested. You were talking about the railway thing on something about TV, at the expansion of the Victorian Railway.
Yes.
What channel and what's it called?
We'll be reviewing a book by Nick Anshin about early Victorian railways, Cameron.
Oh, your program. When's that?
That'll be Sunday night after 10 on Remember When.
I'll listen out for that, because then will callers be able to call in about it?
Oh, yeah, in the last hour, certainly, yes.
Oh, good. Well, I'll try and get in there. Then, now, just wanted to... I was just reading an article in The Guardian, and I'll just summarise it. It's the richest 62 people, who are the wealthiest people in the world, own half of the world's wealth.
Oh, that's outrageous.
It is disgraceful. And Mahatma Gandhi had one of the best phrases I've ever heard. There's enough in the world for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed. And I thought, now that is a genius.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a... Do you agree, Boss?
Yes, I do. That's very sound.
And I think it's one of the best expressions I've ever heard. But yes, no, I was just appalled by that, and you know, I think that will be the next conflict, will be against the very wealthiest individuals, and you know, we've got Russia and China sort of moving up the scale, and you know, I think I can see conflict further down the track there. You know, once the Middle East is all finished with. Anyway, I wish you both hooroo and all
right, Cameron, on that bright note.
Okay, hooroo.
Good night.
Have a good weekend. Pierre in North Melbourne.
Yeah, hi, Bruce.
Yes, go ahead, yep.
Yeah, g'day. Look, have you thought of slipping a T-bone into Phil's pocket? Maybe rubbing a bit of fish emulsion on his toupee when he's not looking.
Why?
Well, he's going swimming with the shark.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Here's your chance, Phil. Bruce.
Oh, Pierre, you're evil.
I am. Absolutely. This is his ultimate chance to... the perfect murder.
All right, yes, you're so right, Pierre. Stay tuned. Oh, you got a nice sense of humour.
Pierre! Yeah. Pierre, hold on, we'll get you a Bataki mini easy cut ham.
We can use that as
you could stick that in your pocket. All right?
We can use that as bait.
Would you like that?
That'd be great.
Okay, Bataki is simply the best. You'll just love it. Hold on for Bianca, please. Who's there? Colleen?
Hello, Colleen in Mornington.
How are you, boys?
Yeah, what's the news?
Just a nomination for Australian of the Year. I reckon Mick Fanning.
Oh, yes?
Because, A, he typifies the Australian spirit. He, apart from swimming away from sharks, and he's had bad luck with the passing of his brothers and etc., he even saved a chap's life.
Yes.
You know, like this year. And it all happened in 1 year. I mean, and he just typifies to me, you know, the strength.
What an amazing year his mother had to put up with.
Oh, absolutely.
With all the troubles of those boys.
Oh, you know, to see, I mean, seeing the shark next door to her son, and then losing two boys.
Yes,
you know?
That's right.
Oh, you know, they're in the prime of their life too.
Oh, you're so right.
You know, and that's how I see it, you know, like, and then turn around and save another surface life.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
You know, so, I mean, you know, I just think, you know, and going for a world champion for, I think, the 5th time, I mean, well done to him.
Oh, my word, a very good suggestion, Colleen.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I just look at him and I just think, what a, you know, idol for a young fella, you know, to be.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so that's my nominations for Australia, apart from you guys.
Oh, you're lovely, you're beautiful, aren't you?
It'll be the first time a surfer's ever been Australian of the Year.
Good on you, Colleen, thank you.
It's already 11:26. Our number 96900 693. Noble Park.
Good.
Yeah, g'day, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this new Postage thing, we sent a letter, we paid the extra, $1, even though we're pensioners, took 8 days to get there. We received a bill, which was sent last month and is due today. we've had one letter. And all the people are saying is rather than send the mail, they want an email address. Otherwise, you're going to get charged extra. We don't have an email. I haven't got a computer.
No, well, first of all, if you're a pensioner, you get a concession of the old 65-cent stamps.
Yeah, I know, but we pay the extra.
But you don't need to. You're
Yeah, we
entitled.
pay the extra of $1, and it still costs. It still took 8 days to get there.
That's right, because you need to put the extra 50-cent stamps on
No,
that.
we paid the $1.
Yeah, and it's more than that. To have next day delivery, you have to put that extra stamp on it.
What, you have to pay $1.50?
That's right, to get there next day, guaranteed.
Okay, Reg, that looks the way to go. 28 to midnight. Anne at Armadale. Hello, Anne.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I won't ask you how you are. I'm sure you're both fine.
Yeah, thank you, Anne.
Look, I was only ringing, not a criticism, but our darling Chris. You are always so kind and generous with your time to Chris. But really, tonight, when he rang, and that's what inspired me to pick up the phone, he's always so conscious about his finances and his budget. And wouldn't you just want to say, now look, darling, go to your bank or your ATM at the beginning of the week, withdraw your funds so you don't have to tackle 7-Elevens in the Burke Street Mall. And I worry about him because I'm sure there are extra charges when you use those ATMs.
You know, in a roundabout way, for 5 years, we've been trying to do that every night.
I know, and I think that's why I was just compelled to ring
Yes,
you.
I know.
And to say, Chris, look, we all care. Of course we do. But, you know, darling, you're not silly. And I'm sure both you, Bruce, and you, Phil, would dread going into a 7-Eleven to withdraw $5 or $10.
No, but in fairness, maybe he doesn't have access to money till the weekend, Anne.
Actually, no, Philip, that's entirely valid. You're quite right. But, you know, normally you would try to have your minimal cash on.
Yeah, of course you would.
So it was just a word of, well, you know, support and love for the little guy. But
yeah.
To say, think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Anne?
Yes.
Listen to this.
You know what that means, Anne?
I'm a Richmond supporter.
No, yes, yeah, very good, clever. But you're off anywhere in Australia you want to go from Tiger Air, a double return ticket to any Tiger Air destination.
Oh, that is so generous of you.
Now, we'll give you time to think about this. You don't have to think immediately about it, but you can go anywhere in Australia. And, of course, the ultimate is a family trip to Bali.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, gentlemen.
But Bali, that won't be announced for another week or so yet. You're in the draw for that. Take your whole family to the Hotel Mercure Bali Legion, thanks to Tiger Air, who will fly direct from Melbourne to Bali starting March 23.
So, Anne, where would you like to go in Australia?
Oh, I've never been to Darwin.
All right.
That would be cool. I don't know whether they go there.
Yeah, well, my word, they do.
Yeah.
Darwin, Gold Coast, Hobart, Melbourne, Perth.
As anywhere in Australia.
Anywhere in Australia you want to go. But don't think about it immediately. Just hold the line. Bianca will be with you. Don't hang up. We'll organise that trip from Tiger Air.
Oh, thank you so much.
And take someone with you, Anne, with our best wishes.
Oh, bless you both. Thank you.
Okay, darling. Hold on. Don't hang up, for heaven's sake. Vivian at Dingley, good evening.
Hello, Bruce and Phil. How are you going?
Yes, g'day, Vivian.
And I just wanted to let you know about Australia Day with me.
Yes.
It was Joe's birthday, my husband's, that passed away 17 years ago. So on Australia Day, any grandchildren that are available, they draw little flags and write little notes for happy birthday, Grandad.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And we take them up and put a little photo there, etc. And then we just come back and have a barbecue.
Beautiful.
And we sort of, naturally think about him, but he would have been 75 on
That's
Australia Day.
really lovely to think like that.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd let you know. And to be honest with you, if anybody asked me who would I nominate, for Australian of the Year, I can't see why you two are being passed up.
Oh, that's very flattering, Vivian.
I'm very serious. I'm serious.
Oh, Vivian, what have we done to deserve the honour?
You've been on the radio for all that length of time, helping the sick, the lonely, answering the questions for people like Quiz.
Darling, darling, so has John de Remus.
Good one, Vivian.
You're a pure devil.
Okay, darling. Thank you, Vivian. 23 to midnight.
Sounds good to me. And on Australia Day, a high of 24.
Noel, good evening.
How are you, Bruce and
Oh,
Phil?
yes, good, Noel.
I'm on late tonight, fellas.
Yes, you are. What have you been up to?
Well, I wanted to share today with you guys.
Good.
We had Carol and I had a beautiful luncheon today out with one of your fine long-time listeners, Val and Burwood.
Yes.
And quite a lot of other, well, quite a few of your Nightline listeners.
Yeah, good.
And we had a lovely luncheon out there all together today.
Oh, beaut. That's good. No.
She put on a wonderful spread, Bruce, and very enjoyable, mate. And I thought I'd share that with you.
I'm glad you did.
And I know when's the new Roy Orbison album coming out?
It's out, mate.
Oh, I'll have to check that
And
out.
he never walks alone.
Oh,
He sings it on that high note.
yes.
Wonderful.
I'll have to get hold of that.
Yes, you'll have to get a hold of that one, mate.
All right. Happy weekend to you and Carol.
You too,
What
Phil.
else is new, Noel?
Good night, Bruce.
All the best, Noel. Denise, good evening.
Oh, hello, Philip and Bruce.
Hello again.
Oh, I'm not feeling so bright tonight.
Oh.
They've taken, anyway, I use phenol, right? Because I use it around the property to keep snakes away. I'm infested with tiger snakes, okay? And I rang the lab today, and they're not making it anymore because it's environmentally unfriendly.
What's it called? Phenyl.
And I'm so angry about it.
What is it? Phenyl.
Phenol.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's an old, everyone's been using it for 100
Oh,
years.
yes, yeah.
Well, it's now called environmentally unfriendly because people probably have been putting it around their chook pens and things to keep the snakes away.
Yeah, of course.
Now, I've had a very bad week this week. I went up to worm a couple of horses and a man was here working and he said, I don't want to see you go up there and get hurt, Denise. So he came up with me and I said, wait back because, you know, one of the mares there, she's really hard to catch. She's a bit of a... Anyway, I got up there and I'm starting to walk into the paddock and one of the mares was walking crossover and there's a 4.5-foot tiger snake. It was the biggest one I have ever seen, brightly coloured, I have to say.
Yeah.
And she was walking towards it, so I screamed my lungs out. And then the man came up and he brought a shovel up, you know, he was coming. In the meantime, I caught the two ponies I was going to worm. And, of course, because I was screaming before that, they got a bit upset. So I went to grab one of the horses, and she's the difficult one, even though she's there. The older ones are crafty, you know.
Yeah.
And I grabbed her and I had her on the lead rope and she pulled back, but she pulled right back, and I've bruised my arm.
Oh, dear.
And, you know, because I'm here with 6 ponies, and I've got nobody to help me, and they're not my ponies. And Chris sort of worries about his money. I'm on a pension, and I am keeping 6 ponies because the owner's not keeping them financially.
Well, it might be getting
I'm really struggling.
Might be getting a bit too much for you, and I don't know, perhaps delegate a little bit of a job here and there for others.
You might have to talk to the RSPCA about this, and they might give you some financial assistance.
Well, perhaps not financial, that's a bit generous, but some assistance.
Yes, you need advice.
Okay, Denise, thank you. Tony at North Baldwin, good evening.
Happy Australia Day, long weekend to Bruce and Phil.
Yeah, just pull back from the phone a bit, Tony.
Oh, yes.
Bit loud there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, all right, a bit hard of hearing, so.
You're okay.
Yeah. How you going, boys?
Yeah, good.
I've got
thank
a
you.
joke for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually, it was on a commercial. It was on a commercial about 20 years ago on Australian television. Now, I don't know if you remember this commercial, but I loved it. It's my favourite commercial of all time. And the bloke gets on the phone to his dad. And he said, Dad, where's the engine? And he's calling his father in the country. His fella said, under the bonnet, son. And then he goes back and he says, oh, God, I think city life's made him a bit slow. I think city life's made him a bit slow.
Very good, Tony. Yeah, very good. Good timing and topical.
Oh, yes, you should be at a comedy festival with material like that.
Oh, definitely.
Now, we've got time for one more quick call, but you'll have to be fast. 96900 693. Tell us who you'd like to see as Australian of the Year.
Just a quick look at the weather. A low of 17 degrees overnight. Tomorrow's weather cloudy, a light shower, a top of 21. Did you get much rain early today?
I believe so, about breakfast time. About
No,
8
did
o'clock.
you?
Yes, it poured where I live for about 10 minutes. We had a deluge, which was short-lived. Folks, who would you like to see a TV biography about? We're having one about Michael Gudinski and Molly Meldrum. Who else should be in line, musically speaking, who's entitled to a musical tribute in the form of a TV miniseries? And also, your favourite comic strip character. Got time for one more call? Maybe you'll nominate someone from The Simpsons, maybe? Or who do your grandchildren like?
What, for Australian of the Year?
No, comic strips. Do they read comics these days, young children?
Yeah, but no, it's mainly cartoons. You know, they love... They love the cartoons on the ABC.
Okay.
Dora the Explorer they love.
Okay,
but pajamas, bananas in pajamas.
Yes, okay, but maybe not reading comics as such.
Not really. Comics are a bit of a thing of the past these days.
Okay, time for one more call. Who's on the board there, quickly?
No one. All right.
Oh, thanks, Bruce. I'll talk to you instead.
13 minutes to midnight, 3AW. This is Nightline.
A few lines called the paradox of our times. There are taller buildings but shorter tempers, wider freeways but narrower viewpoints. We spend more but have less. We buy more but enjoy it less. We have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences but less time. We have more degrees but less sense, more knowledge but less judgment, more experts but more problems, more medicine but less wellness. We've multiplied our possessions but reduced our values. We talk too much, love too seldom, and hate too often. We've learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've added years to life, but not life to years. We've been all the way to the moon and back, but we have difficulty crossing the street to meet the neighbours. We've conquered the air, but polluted the soul. We've split the atom, but not our prejudice. We have higher incomes, but lower morals. We are long on quantity, but short on quality. There are the times of tall men and short characters, of steep profits and shallow relationships. These are times of world peace, but domestic warfare. These are days of more leisure, but less fun. More kinds of food, but less nutrition. These are the days of two incomes, but more divorce. Of fancier houses, but broken homes. We can choose to ignore these sad facts of life, or we can choose to make a difference.
Copyright restricts distribution of this piece by any means of duplication.
Well, that takes us off for another week on Nightline. Thank you for your company. We open up the floodgates for Australia overnight with Alan Pearsall after midnight. And thank you for being with us all week for Nightline.
It's been a wonderful week on air, yes.
It certainly has. It certainly has. The weather, a low of 17 overnight, cloudy with a light shower tomorrow, top of 21.
And we're back Sunday night for Remember When. We'd love your company for our 4-hour show after 8.
Good night to the kids, Samuel, Carter and Amelia, Emily and Charlotte, Sweet Ella Grace, little William Oliver, and Sophia Grace. Thank you, Bianca, for your help. And back on Sunday night for a look at railroads around the world.
Yes, thank you for the sick, the sad, the lonely, the grieving. You are always in our hearts.
And to the people who aren't too, are all right.
Oh, yeah, they don't need much support. They can stand on their own feet.
Oh, do you think so?
I'm thinking of those who are down and out, you know.
Oh, I see. Yeah, a bit depressed, a bit lonely.
You're thinking of the haves. I'm thinking of the have-nots.
Oh, really? Okay, well, you could do that. And I thank you for your company, Phil. See you Sunday.
Good night, Bruce.
Good night there. And here's to the heroes. Here's to the heroes, all the nominated Australians of the year and their good deeds throughout the last 12 months. Tonight's heroes.